Hello everybody, welcome to a not a first look because I already, welcome to John D. Clark Mystic Vale. I have played through the Learn to Play tutorials, and I've played through a few easy games on Classic, and I am just going to, I wonder how hard can be, and play with two players. You can select up to four, and relative difficulties there. You can choose in individual players. So we'll do two players, and the other one's of course AI. You can go online and play this game, but let's just start. I'm gonna choose hard and see what I can do. Up to now I've played 3 matches against computer AI, and it's just alternating turns. To give you a little idea about this game, there's different cards up here. These are advancements that you can purchase. These are Vale cards that you can purchase. And this is your playing field here, and here is your deck. This is kind of your mana pool that comes from the cards that are in your field. And what happens is the deck automatically draws cards out until there's enough of these, I'm not sure what that is called. Is it curse? Enough curse symbols on the screen, including this on deck card that's not counting towards your mana pool. And you can get growth symbols to cancel some of the curse. And anyway, so in this particular game, the enemy went first, and now it's my turn. There's a planting phase now, so planting means that you can push more cards using this button here to get more of your cards. So you can see the on-deck card, and you can push that onto your field. Now that would push 3 of these curse symbols onto your field. And while that is fine dandy, the next card that shows up, should it have one more, you're spoiled. Then you spoil, and you don't get your next phase. I'm not going to use this push because this is the very beginning. I think it's a pretty bad idea to push in the beginning. You have a lot of these one curse and 1 mana lands, very few of these. So now we move over to the harvest phase, and now you can purchase these particular cards with the harvest phase. And so you can see I have 3 mana from 1, 2, 3, these 3 cards. These are blanks. And you can place whatever you want onto these blank cards, granted that you have enough mana to purchase. You can purchase up to 2 cards per turn, unless you can see this Vale card up here. If you can purchase this later on, you can gain additional advancement per turn. So, and these are the manas that will be given to you if these cards show up. Your deck is only 20 cards, and there's 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means there's 12 unrevealed cards. Anyway, so we have 3 mana. I'm going to buy the Field of Flowers because that gives me 2 mana should it show up on the field. So I'm going to put it here in this card. That means that if this card shows up, I get 3 mana. And I've used my 3 mana. I cannot purchase any Vale cards. As you can see, the cost of purchasing Vale cards comes from these symbols, which will come from purchasing these later on. These more higher costing creatures, a lot of them have curses. Okay, let's end our turn and keep on moving. Now, I have no confidence against the AI that is designated as hard, so we'll just do our best. Okay, so I'm not going to push. I think it's probably a bad idea to, if you spoil, you lose your turn to buy advancements and Vale cards. So, and advanced Vale cards go in here. Their abilities are listed. I'm playing on a really big screen, so I can see all the words. I'm playing on 4K, and I can see everything, which is great. I'm playing on a 32-inch monitor, but I can see why some people might have trouble seeing. So that magnifies the Vale card, so you can really see what each card is. Really love the artwork and the music in this game, by the way. If you mouse over any of the card, there is a sort of a custom animation. I don't know if you can see it for this Azure Lake. There's a small amount of fluid movement. Here's the blooming arbor. You can see there's a bird, and the deer is sort of just chillaxing over there. Sunstone aerial. We have a griffin that is flapping its wings. There's another griffin in the background. Simple animations that look just really nice. Anyway, and then you can look at advancements with this symbol. And then here just goes back to the zoom out view. We have 2 mana only before we spoiled, because it's 1, 2, and then the 3 curses. So if you leave the on deck card there, that's the first card that's going to show up next turn, which is okay. So we go to the harvest phase, and I'm going to just now I'm going to buy this thing. This says advancements. All other advancements added to this card cost 2 mana less. This I can't use this turn. These activated abilities show up when the deck empties, and it gets everything from your discard pile gets reshuffled into your deck and gets drawn again. So it's not quite like Magic the Gathering. You don't have to worry about running out of cards in your deck. So I can already tell the enemy is making some big moves, and I am sitting here. You know what? We'll push that over. Oh, now we've spoiled. So I pushed it into my field, trying to get some more mana, but instead I got 1, 2, 3, 4 curse, and I have nothing to counter this curse. So I am spoiled. And when I spoil, I lose my turn, basically. Okay. So you can see which cards the enemy picks up during their turn. And you can also look at what cards they have on the field. You can, I believe this is looking at what Vale cards they have. So I usually just play on my own, but I think if you're really advanced, you might want to look at the opponent's card piles and see what they have. So, so we have 8 mana, and we have 8 mana, so I think it's a good idea to get something that's a bit more. Oh yeah, so these are the game-winning points. There's 23 for a 2-player game, there's 28 for a 3-player game, and 33 for a 4-player game. It gets distributed into your scores as you play, and once this pile runs empty, then it's game over. And the points are tabulated every turn. And then some cards, like you see here, there's a 1, that gives you these gray victory points. That's additional points added on to your total score at the very end. So I'm going to buy this Moon Wolf because I'm in the planting phase still. I'm not going to push that over. I have 8 mana, and to me that's pretty good. I'm not sure if the way I play is the appropriate way to play. Like I said, I've only played this game a few times. I put it next to this Fertile Soil so that next time this card shows up, it gives me 3 mana. And I am going to buy this. This is anti-spoil. You see there's a growth symbol here. I think you can click on it and see actually the details. There's a growth symbol which cancels out 1 curse. So when this card shows up, the curse goes down by 1. And so I'm going to put that there. So it'll be a nice card to show up in there. But of course you see, while in your field, as in when this card is played, you have 1 less mana to spend. But when this card shows up, we get 3, so 1 minus 1 is still okay. Okay. So the opponent is already buying Vale cards, and so these are sort of almost like an enchantment. You get one harvest, you get one additional mana per harvest, which is cumulatively it adds up pretty nicely. So now we have a only 2 mana, which is not great, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to push. I've got this advancements cost 2 less, so I'm just going to go into the harvest phase. As you can see, I have 2 mana, but I can purchase all these ones that are for 4, and the reason is because I can actually afford them. Okay, so so what do I want to do? As you can see, some of these that you can purchase, they have the symbol. Those symbols, when they show up, they tally up here, and that allows you to purchase these Vale cards. If I purchase this, sure, I will do that. I will purchase this to give me 1 gray victory point, and one of these next time it shows up. Plus it gives me 1 mana, and then also I can purchase Fertile Soil, and I'll stick it there. So this card, when it shows up, it'll be nice and arranged. My enemy's purchasing all these anti-spoil cards, which is I assume the way to go, because he is designated as a hard opponent, and I guess the way that I've been playing is probably just difficult or incorrect. So I only have 2 mana for this turn. If I spoil, I'm not gonna be able to, but there's not a whole lot going for me, so I will just push, and I'll push, and this is okay. So I spoil, whatever. Although when it was blank, I probably should have purchased one of these Field of Flowers. That's, you know, hindsight. And once again, I have these 3, and I don't feel like playing with 3 mana, right? So I'll push again, and I spoil it again. So I can't lose a turn. I'm in quite a bit of trouble this okay, so I got so many blank cards. I have 8 mana. The question is, what do we want to do with this 8 mana? I think what I want to do is buy a Lifebringer Seed. That'll cancel curses on a particular card. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, so I'm not going to push. I'm holding on to this turn here. I'm bringing the this, and then I'm going to purchase a Field of Flowers and put it on a separate blank card. Once again, all these cards get shuffled back in. So I think I'm in trouble. My enemy's he's got 5 additional gray victory points to add to his total, and I'm sitting here with very diddly squat mana and barely being able to do anything. 3 mana is not a whole lot. I can buy Fertile Soil. Is that something I want to do? No, I don't think so, but I'm not sure what I should do. Okay, so this is a risk. Alright, so now I have 7 mana. And 7 mana is pretty good. And what I can do is I think what I ought to do is start trying to gain some victory points. I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do, although bear totems are really nice. Bear totems, maybe I'll get a bear totem actually. So 7 is enough for us to get a bear totem. I'm going to take a bear totem, and I'm going to put it onto this card. because it's a card that's got a growth, it's got a curse. If I put a growth there, it'll cancel out the curse next time it shows up. Again, I haven't been able to purchase any Vale cards. I think my opponent is... Oh my goodness. I'm in so much trouble. So my opponent has the ability to purchase a third advancement now, and looking at his deck, I mean, I knew he was purchasing all the anti-curse cards, and I was just ignoring it, hoping for the best. And now I'm kind of in deep doo-doo. I have 4 mana, which I really can't do much with. Oh, what should I do? I am pretty much stuck. Alright, well, I'm in trouble. I'm in so much trouble. I guess I'll buy a Druid Song. Or should I buy the Hawk? The Hawk gives me 2 gray victory points, and then some 2 blue victory points as well, and 1 of those. So I'll take the Hawk and see what we can do. And 7 mana. Okay, why don't we do that? 7 mana, I will purchase this Feral Chieftain and add a Fertile Soil. I am certain that I'm not playing this in any logical or... So, yeah, I mean, I haven't exactly been playing this well. As you can see, I spoiled after 1 mana. This is kind of pointless, so I'm just gonna push and push another, and I have spoiled, which is too bad. And so we end our turn. I tell you, this game is so much easier when you play on easy. The opponent really doesn't do a whole lot. It doesn't really buy a lot of Vale cards. I've got 9 mana, so we can look all the way here. Okay. I think I'm just going to try to maximize my mana output. Or we could... Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to get one of this and probably one of these. And I know it's kind of wasteful of 9 mana. This is something. I'm not entirely sure what this is. Sometimes it shines, sometimes it doesn't shine. I think the game kind of explained it. Oh, you know what? I will buy this because this thing cancels all the curse on this card. And I will purchase a Moonwolf. That way I used up all my mana and it makes me feel a little bit better about it. The enemy already is sitting at 22 points. I am sitting at 9 points. It's basically going to be nigh impossible for me to turn this around. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying for me it's going to be impossible. 3 mana. Really can't do much with it. And 4 mana. Okay, well, I guess I will just purchase a couple of fertile soils and move on. 8 mana. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I am so screwed. There's no way now. This is pretty much it for me, I think. 8. What can you do with 8? Magic Seed. Gain 1 for each in your field. Yeah, I can't do much, but I guess we'll get one of these. Oh man, when the enemy can buy 3 advancements, it just makes my... It just messes with my mind so much. Alright, so I like this Mindful Owl. When it comes into play from your deck, you can discard anything that's on the field, and so it's a nice thing to have. Maybe I should have purchased a bear totem. I'm not sure. When the enemy's buying these second tier Vale cards, I know I'm in, like, I think this is game. Yep. So, well, GG. I mean, not really. Like, this is actually BG, like, bad game, because I did absolutely nothing. So, there's no way for me to turn this around. Let's just go ahead and spoil and end the game. And so there you have it, a really easy loss. Beast Brothers, the computer, had 50 points and a bunch of higher level cards and Veil cards and such. You can look at his Veil cards there. It was just overpowered. He managed to buy this Veil card which gave him 7 victory points, which is nuts. And these Harvest gain something. Those are the ones that I find to be really useful. And this one, once you're able to buy this one, you're like just leaps and bounds above the other players if you're the first person to get it. I don't know how many there are. And there I have my deck, which is, I mean, I wouldn't say I did a bad job, but maybe I did. Because I ended up with only 14 points, no Veil cards, and just kind of watched my enemy completely screw me over. So let's play another one. It defaults to easy, which makes sense. Just gets you really in tune with the game. So let's see about trying to screw the computer over with this. Now, these are excellent cards, and I think when you're playing on easy, the computer doesn't automatically go for them. So we'll grab one. That means the next time this card shows up, if there are still fertile soils left over, which there is a limit, I can add one, add another for completely free. But of course, that you can only add 2 of these per turn. So if you do that, you know, you kind of waste your turn, maybe in a way. But yeah, I mean, the computer just went for fertile soils, and maybe that's the right way to go. And as for me, I'm going to... Oh, I spoiled. I kind of was thinking, oh, maybe I'll get a little greedy. Oh, well, the computer went and took that other one that I was going to take, which is like, drats. Okay, well, this is a active ability. Once this turn, if you were to spoil, you may discard your on-deck card instead. I approve the use of the subjunctive there, and proper grammar is always nice. Okay, so I have 5. I am going to just go ahead and use that. I am going to take the Peacekeeper Druid. This is an interesting ability, and I haven't really thought much about it, but when played, search your deck for any card, and you may put it into your discard pile. Your deck will then be reshuffled. If you put a card that's got a lot of curses into your discard, then it's not going to show up. So in a way, that's kind of nice. But I need stuff that's going to give me additional mana, I think. I'm going to use this, because this is 2, it gives me 1 just like your Fertile Soil, but it gives me the ability to put something else here that's got a curse, then that doesn't require then that one of those curses will get cancelled out. So I forgot to mention, you can see these cards, they have a location, so each you've seen from the first game, each card has a top, middle, and a bottom, and these cards show you where they can occupy. So the tutorial is nice. It does explain all the basics, but at the same time it was kind of a hullabaloo trying to figure out what all the things meant, because there were so many seemingly details on the we'll just get another seedling and a Fertile Soil. That's fine. Okay. Well, the enemy took that Peacekeeper Druid, or whatever it is called. I have 3. So I have this particular card here. Once this turn, if you were to spoil, you may discard your on-deck card instead. So what I can do is I can push this card in here, and that'll be 3 curses on the in the field. And if another one shows up, I can just discard it. But then, of course, the next one gets flipped open. If that one has a curse too, then I spoil anyway. So we spoiled. So I'm going to activate this, and I get instead that. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to have 4, so I could purchase a grassland, I think. And now I've accomplished my turn, because the grassland has a growth. While in the field you have 1 less mana to spend. I'll put it here so it cancels out this particular one should it show up. I don't know, once again, if that's the right thing to do. It's just, in my mind, what I think as the thing I ought to be doing. And 4... can't really do a whole lot with 4. I can get this card, or I can get 2 Fertile Soils. Okay, you know what? I am going to take 2 Fertile Soils, pile them on here, make this card full with 3 mana next time it shows up. So now, this is a particular card that's going to be helpful to me. So other advancements added to this card cost 2 less. So I have 3 mana, but ideally, I mean, I can get a bunch of stuff. I can get stuff that costs 5. I can get stuff that costs I guess if I how does this work? I mean, I can total get oh, I can't afford this because I can't put it onto this card. It occupies the lower 1/3 of the card, and I can't put it into this card. But I can put this there. And I can add a fertile soil to this card. That's what I'll do. Wow, okay. That's not a very useful draw. I'm gonna push. Okay, get 4. 4 is okay. 4 allows me to buy one of these grasslands to cancel out something here, which I'm going to do. Because the drawing just continues. It's continuous, and it's useful because the more cards you're able to push out onto the field without spoiling, the more mana you're going to have. I have 8 mana here, and I have this ability, which is really tempting. It's really tempting me to just push and push and push until I'm going to spoil, and then use this to undo the spoil, which I think I'm going to try. Okay, so that spoiled. No, that didn't. Oh, that's awesome. We'll keep on doing. Okay, so we spoiled, and then we'll use this ability to discard it, and hopefully the next one doesn't spoil. Okay, now I have 9, and now the seedling is going to come into effect. I can buy the stag, which gives me 2 victory points, and then 2 gray victory points, 4 actual blue victory points to drain from the pile. And it also gives me one of these beast symbols to use. Either that, or I can get a magic seed. Actually, yeah, why don't I do the magic seed? That gives me more mana. Or I can get a bear totem. I think what I'll do... Yeah, okay. Oh... Jeez, this is a hard decision. I think we'll do is a bear totem. And cancel another one of these cursed. And that gives us only 3 left. And... maybe just buy a fertile soil for here. And that'll be okay. That's good enough for me. Alright, well, I guess we'll just... I'm just gonna... do that. Maximize my mana that's available inside my library is also going to be helpful. Alright, so now I can get my owl or bear totem. Either one. The owl would just maximize my mana once again. Where's the bear totem? I'll get the bear totem. You know what? I like the idea of canceling out these curses so I can draw more cards. I think that has a better chance of me getting just more cards out there and just higher mana counts. So you can see on in my field now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I have this card again, the Peacekeeper Druid, which I can use to activate and avoid the spoil. So I am tempted to just push over, or should I not? Because I have 8 and I can do that, and a magic seed would next time would just okay, we'll do that. We'll take a magic seed, bring it there, and once again that didn't give me an extra curse, which is nice. And that's it. Oh no, that's not it. You see, these are now glowing, the Vale cards. This is my first opportunity to buy a Vale card because I have one of these and one of these, and I can buy one of those. Of course, this is the one I'm going for. It gives me 1 extra mana during my harvest, which is like the post-upkeep turn. And then these ones just gives you additional victory points at the end. So as you can see, when you grab one of the Vale cards that you can, it automatically switches to this Vale card field. So you can, and now next turn we'll get 1 extra mana because that card is there. It's like a permanent upgrade. It's really awesome. Okay, so pretty much the fertile soils are gone. And so we pretty much are at a point where the mana that we're getting is being minimally available, I should say. I could throw a magic seed over here, cancel all but one, but that will not actually help me. It will still have a curse there. I'm going to keep on going after the mana, so I will bring that there, and I will bring this in. Okay, so once again we get another owl, which means we can use the ability. When the owl comes into play, we can discard anything that's on in the field, which means these cards, if they show up, are already on the field. If not, no big deal. Okay, so now I have 15. I have 15 mana, and it is really tempting. 15 we can get a card. We can put these two on a card and they cancel each other out, and basically then we have a lot of additional and then we have more victory points, but also yeah, okay, good. And then we can buy a world tree, which of course I'm going to do, because if you don't use your supplies, it just wastes at the end of the turn. So it is really nice to be able to oh, Lifebringer seeds are really useful. And so now we can, so it cancels all the curse on one particular card. So okay, that's fine. We'll cancel all the curse on just one of these, and that means if it shows up, we can actually buy something like a magic seed and put it there. But now I have 5, and I will purchase all these cards are kind of, I'm trying to decide whether to purchase a plow or purchase the Moon Wolf. I think I'm going to go with a plow, because the plow, yeah, it's mana, 1 extra mana for the wolf, but that, once again, those things allows us to purchase Vale cards. And so we'll get a move on. It's nice the points are tallied automatically, and I don't have to worry about it. Again, this card showed up. It's great. I have 2 of these that are in the field, and of course I'm going to get rid of one of them. Oh wow. Well, that's really fantastic. I have managed to accumulate 37 mana for this particular round, and I still have this ability to discard wherever it is there, but I'm not going to push anymore. There's absolutely no reason to. 37 mana, I don't see any reason, because I can get another world tree. We'll do that. But no, we have... where's that card? Here it is. Cancels all the curse on this card. So if I bring this in, it'll be a card that has no curse, 1 mana for every time, and then this one, getting 1 mana for every other card in your field. That would be 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. So many. So next time when this card shows up, it'll be just completely overpowered. And I still have 29 mana. So I personally prefer to buy these things that have not so much curse. I think the curse is perhaps a little too much. So I prefer to buy stuff that give me additional benefits without applying too much curse. So I'm going to do, well, this is 4 victory points. That's why you spend so much money on it. And it gives you one of these additional... I think this is a wild card. I think this is a wild token that you could use to purchase Vale cards. So it'll be a nice card to show up. We'll see. I love the Mindful Owl. It allows me to discard 1 card with a curse, and it just allows the game to draw on so much more. I did get this card back, this one right here, and so I think that's a wild, and we'll see. 41 mana. Yeah, this is just such a different game from the last one we played because the computer is just not overdoing it, you know. And look at that, we can buy all these different Vale cards. But anyway, so 41. I'm trying to figure out what would be a good addition to add. Well, anyway, we should probably... Well, the Will-O-Wisp still gives us mana, whereas I think this game is going to be over real soon, so let's just add all these that doesn't do much, I know, but right now, and then we can still buy some Vale cards. These are victory points. You basically buy victory points. Yeah, so this is a wild token. I don't have any of this, but I can purchase these that have a requirement of 1 of these tokens. So I guess I think I can only buy 1 of these. If I buy 1, it uses up the wild, and then I have 3 of these beast tokens, which I can't do anything about. So I'm gonna buy the Bloom Arbor. That has an ability that you can use. So I think that's it for this turn. And yeah, I gained a lot of points that turn, and this will be the last turn available. So let's see if we can maximize our output here. Just to, let's push 1. Let's push another. We spoiled, so of course we'll use the Druid ability, wherever it is, there. And see. Awesome. Okay, we have 51 mana, and do I have a curse? I have a curse. I can push this out onto the field and then get rid of that. And I still have in my Vale card something I could use to discard. I could discard this card to gain 1, so I can keep on pushing still. And I'm still okay. And I spoiled? Not really. I discard this. I use it, and I've gained 1. And now I have 61 mana. Which is nuts. Yeah. This is really the end of the... This is the last turn anyway, so... we'll just maximize our... I think we'll just maximize our gain. So harvest, this requires another turn to use this special ability. Gain 1 victory point for every 2 cards in your field. But I'm not going to be able to use it. So we'll just throw... oh, I don't know. Okay, let's get out of the planting phase. And... how do we maximize our... that one? And that one? And... this card, it gives you 2 gray victory points, and then at the end of the game, +1 for each other symbol that's on this particular card. So I can find one that's got a lot of symbols and effects, and it has a blank on in the middle, which there's not very many actually. So like if I place it here, it would be 2 additional. If I place it here, it would be once again 2 additional. Here would be 1 additional. Here would be 1 additional. Well, we'll just throw it on one of the 2s. And I don't know. Doesn't matter. We'll grab this one that's going to give us a lot of points. That's 6 points. And that's it. End of game. So you can see, gaining these victory points, the total isn't actually the 23 that you start out. It's additional ones that you have gained. 66, of course, is the blue plus the gray. But the blues, if you added up all the blues, it's more than the 23 because your last turn you can overshoot. And so, yeah. So there you have it. And yeah, so while I get my butt kicked while I'm playing on hard, on easy, it's actually super easy. So it has a really nice difficulty range. I haven't tried the other difficulties yet. Like I said, before I started this, I only played this game for about 3 matches. So it was just a game that's kind of, it's addictive. It's simple. It has really easy to learn rules. It is a real card / board game, but I really am enjoying this digital version with the automated effects, the animations, and of course the fact that the tallying happens by itself. You have to count and worry about all that. In the settings, you can change the animations and speed up the UI. You can play in windowed mode, but I wasn't. You can adjust stuff, and as you can see, card prompts, those are the blue things, I think. Oh no, this says that if you're still able to do something, you can do it. Okay, so it's just a UI reminder, which is nice if you can't see all the options. Once you get used to the game, you might want to take that off. I don't know. It doesn't bother me at all. once again, really, really nice game, and it's simple, it's fun. You can play multiplayer. You can either join a private, create a private game, or you can look at a public game. There's no public games right now, so the game just came out of early access recently. I know that the price is perhaps a little bit high for some people to dive into because it's a card game, but once again, it has potential to be good for a group of friends to play against each other in pretty quick matches, and it's a lot of fun. You basically have different games every single time you play. Your opponent's going to play differently. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if I should pick up the physical copy of this game, because it might be good just to sit down and play it as a board game. Of course, you have to do the tallying, but that's okay. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'm done chitter-chattering. Let me know what your thoughts are. Thanks, and have a wonderful day. I will put the link to the Steam store link in the video description. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.